Hello guys, I am Harry. Man, I keep seeing videos like this all over TikTok. This video right here is basically showing how people still talk about Black Americans like they're the problem. Like everything wrong in society somehow leads back to them. And what's crazy is, the same people talking loud in these videos never want to look at the full picture. They don't want to talk about history. They don't want to talk about systems. They don't want to talk about how things were set up from the start. No, it's always easier to just point fingers. And what really gets me is the confidence. The confidence to speak on a whole group of people like you understand their reality, when you clearly don't. You've never lived it, never experienced it, but somehow you're the loudest in the room. That's what this video is showing. And I'm not even surprised anymore, just disappointed. Because at this point, it's not ignorance by accident, it's ignorance on purpose. Let's watch what people are saying.
In America today, a white man with a high school diploma makes more than a black man with a master's degree. A white man with a master's degree makes more than a black man with a doctorate. You follow what I'm saying? So that is real. There was a study that was done not too long ago where white men who had a prison record and no college degree, were called back for a job more often than black men with master's degrees with no prison record at all. Right? There was a sister who just did a study. I just saw it the other day. She changed her name to a white woman's name.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
On what is it? Indeed. What's the thing on?
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, Indeed and all those job sites. LinkedIn.
Right.
Indeed.
LinkedIn.
Yeah.
And she passed herself off as a white woman. And she proved that there was discrimination. Same resume, same everything, but when she was Caucasian, way more job opportunities than when she was black. So that's a real thing. How did we change that? You got to change the system. Because here's the thing. We can't deny the American African his humanity for good and for bad. This is what I mean by that. There was a psychological study that was done, I forget the name of it, where they took a rat and they put the rat in a box. And they kept enticing the rat to climb out the box. And every time the rat tried to climb out the box, they kept getting pushed back into the box. So guess what happened after hundreds of times of trying to jump out the box and kept getting pushed back in? They stopped trying to jump out the box. The white man, a Charlie Kirk, will look at that and say, look at the lazy black. They not trying enough. They not working hard enough. What did I say? Don't discount the history. He's not going to talk about the fact that they've been trying to do that for the past 200 years, and they learned through experience that trying to get out the box is not the way you get out.
If the first man were white, the yellow man couldn't even get here. Because two white people cannot produce anything other than what they are. Talk to me. So, I'm not teaching black supremacy. I'm just teaching actual facts. White people, listen to me good now. You can't produce us. It's a mathematical, genetic impossibility. So if you were the first, we couldn't have got here. So, the black man has in himself the whole range of color, because black is not a color. It is the essence from which all color comes. Look at it.
My definition of white privilege would be unearned benefits that you'd get from your status as a white person. That would be across a variety of different sort of domains: economic, educational, housing. That's a term that was founded in order to describe a specific phenomenon. And that society as a whole has a tendency to accrue certain benefits to white folks solely due to the fact that they're white. And it's easy to say, well, where does this come from? I think it comes from a white supremacist culture and how that culture sort of pervades every aspect of life and political systems and economic functioning and things along those lines. And it's something that no one can really escape from, like race.
So you're saying that anyone who is born white would automatically have privileges. So the question is it man-made or is it natural?
Oh, it's absolutely man-made.
If it's man-made, then why do we have to say that they have these privileges based on skin color? And why can't blacks do the same thing? Why can't Asians do the same thing and have the same privileges? If it's man-made, then what prevents us from not having the privilege to do it? What institutions in America today prevent a black man from going to school, joining the army, joining the police, being a volunteer, firefighter, doing anything? Okay, how many blacks should be at the top 1% for you to say that, yes, we have the privileges? How about Oprah Winfrey? Is she privileged or not? I can only question the conclusions we have arrived at. That's what we do on Rethink, Project Rethink. If you move white people out of America and you bring Japanese to take their place, are you saying that it will become yellow privilege? Or then black and Japanese will be unequal? Tell me what black people don't have in America because they live with white people that they have in Africa, the motherland from where they come from. Tell me how the conditions there are better because they have privileges and it's different from here. Then I can say it's true that white people have privilege over black people. If you say by being born white, you have privilege, what are we saying to black kids?
All right, yeah, this is exactly what I expected. See, this is the part that always stands out to me. People love to simplify things when it comes to Black Americans. Everything becomes, oh, it's their behavior, it's their mindset, they need to do better. But nobody wants to ask why things are the way they are. Nobody wants to talk about how systems were built. Nobody wants to talk about opportunities being blocked for generations. Nobody wants to talk about how media pushes certain images over and over again until people start believing that's the full story. It's always surface-level thinking. And what's funny, the same people making these comments will turn around and talk about fairness and equality. But when it's time to actually understand the reality Black Americans face, suddenly it's silence. Or worse, denial. And let me be clear, I'm not Black American. I'm speaking as someone watching from the outside. And even from the outside, it's obvious when people are being unfair, when people are ignoring context, and when people are just repeating lazy talking points. Because that's what this is. Lazy thinking. It takes zero effort to blame people. It takes real effort to understand them. And a lot of people don't want to do that work. At the end of the day, videos like this say more about the people talking than the people they're talking about. Because if your first reaction is always to blame, dismiss, and generalize, then you're not trying to understand anything. You've already made up your mind. And honestly, that's the real problem. Subscribe for more if you're with Black Americans.